Okay, in last session, we talked about build tool, right?
Yes, Maven.
Maven. What is it used for? It is used for compile and unit test
Yes.
and package. Is mainly used for
Compile.
these three
Test.
purposes. Yeah, compile. After that, unit testing. Then, if you remember the life cycles, we
Yeah.
talked about. Yeah,
Yeah.
what are the life cycles we have? What are the major difference we saw between
Maven and Ant.
and
Yes, Maven is on command line based, and
right?
Ant is on script based.
Correct.
And we have like plugins here and life cycle. There we don't have a plugin and life cycle.
Life cycle.
And pom.xml we have here, and they're built with XML.
Right. Conventional
Yes, it is
and
conventional.
form.xml.
Yeah.
So these are the major things. So there are again different goals in each life cycle, which we discussed about, right?
Yes.
Like if you take clean is one life cycle,
Yeah.
then what is the other one discussed? We discussed about other goals, right? If you remember.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Basically,
Clean.
three life cycles. One is build, clean, and site.
Site.
These
Yeah.
are the three life cycles. Each life cycle has its own goals.
Goals.
So today we will talk about installation. Installation, how to do installation, right? So what
Yes.
are the prerequisites to do that? There are prerequisites to use the Maven,
Maven.
right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
what are those? Those are like Java,
Java.
JDK, Java Development Kit.
8.
Yeah, minimum 8. There is a specific version actually. We can start with the 1.8.144 and above,
Okay.
not less than this. Okay. Assume that
Okay.
we have installed our Java. Have you tried installing Java?
Yes, yes. I tried. I downloaded it and I created an account.
Oh, you created.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you installed it?
Yes. Installed it.
Okay. So while installing, please try to maintain without any space. What happens? Sometimes this space will give some problems for us while using it. Okay. Assume that we have installed in C:\Java or somewhere. Once it is installed, what we have to do, we have to set the environment variable.
Okay.
What is environment variable? Example, if you take your yesterday, if you see, when we executed our compiler Java C, right? So
Yeah.
it has executed, it has compiled and generated class file.
Class 5.
How that
Yes.
is happening? We have not given any absolute path. If you remember absolute path, we
Yes.
talked, right?
Yes.
We talked about
Yeah.
Unix. So
Yes.
we have
Yes.
not mentioned any absolute path to compile from this. How is it recognizing it? How the OS is understanding it?
These are like predefined one, right?
Let's say you have installed your Java, right?
Yes.
So if I give Java hyphen version,
Okay.
I'm getting some version number, Java 1.8. From which location? If you see my current directory, I don't have any Java here.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
From how the OS is understanding and displaying this version here, whether it can be Java version or Java C, for that matter, any command. So somewhere we have to specify that. So if user requests Java C or Java version,
Mm.
you go and read some location, fetch the data and display here. Obviously, there should be some source, right, where you should go and fetch the data and display.
Yes, yes.
So that is actually is nothing but the environment variable where it will read
Okay.
and display the
Display.
here.
Mm-hmm.
If you take your my computer,
Mm.
this is this Windows 11 has my PC. Open file location will not actually show more options. Properties. It is displayed like this. So okay, let me show. For you, I don't know which OS. Straight away you'll get a properties here under this.
Ah, yes.
Then
My
there will, if you click on that
Windows 10.
properties, it will show the environment variables.
Okay.
Okay, this is what you'll get. If you click on that properties, my PC properties, you'll get this window.
Okay.
Straightforward. If it is not Windows 11, lesser versions are like that. So here you can see environment variable here under the advanced tab.
Yes.
Right? So click here. There is something is set here, Java underscore home equal to some location. Right? C colon Java JDK. If we go to C colon Java, this is where I have installed my JDK.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So this is my home directory.
Mm.
C Java JDK is my home directory.
Mm.
That's what I have set here. Before that, there is two separate sections here. One is let me take the if you see here, there is user environment variables here. Can you
Yes,
see
sir.
user
User
variables,
variables and system
system
variables.
variables? What is the difference?
Mm.
Any idea?
Drive system. Java. No, sir.
So if you see user variables followed by some values here,
Mm. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
If you see, that is my PC name.
Okay.
The current user, whoever is logged in.
Mm.
Let's say we can have multiple users, right? Especially in the
Yes.
real-time projects, there is a high possibility of having multiple users.
Yeah.
Whether you want this Java home to be only this specific user,
Okay.
or if you specify in the system variable, this is applicable for all the
All the
users
users
created in the system.
Mm.
That is the
Okay.
difference.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. If you see, this is Java home, which is defined C Java underscore JDK.
Yes.
Similarly,
Mm.
there is something called path.
Mm.
Okay. That's
Yes.
where you need to specify where we were talking about what is that, Java C, right?
Yes.
If you see under my home directory, which is Java JDK 1.8,
Mm.
I have bin folder.
Yes.
In that, you will have Java C here.
Yeah.
This is the executable application which is getting called when you use the Java C. But we have not specified C Java JDK 1.8 bin / Java C, right?
Yes.
We have just given Java C.
Java C.
So it will read from the environment variables and display the value.
Values. Okay.
So where are we specifying this? This is ultimately we have specified in the path.
Path.
So simple. Here, if you click new, it will ask the variable name. let's say Java underscore home, right?
Yeah.
And you need to specify the value. Where is my Java underscore home? Until the before the bin JDK folder.
Yes.
Right. Similarly, there is a path. We cannot create duplicates, so we can always add for the existing ones.
Okay.
Okay. If you click here, it will display here. If you see in the path, I have specified C Java JDK / bin.
Bin.
This is the source for the commands which we are using in the command line.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it say percentage path patch, you can see here. This is nothing but the values of all this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, somewhere you'll find C Java something. Somewhere it will be there.
Okay.
Here.
C Java.
So obviously it will. I mean, by default it will go and check here. Path location, percentage path, percentage. Why are we giving? That is the variable how we will read in Windows.
Okay.
Like Linux dollar is the how we will read using dollar. Here you will use percentage. Right?
Yes.
So here we need to add once here, and please make sure try to avoid spaces in between.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the place where you need to modify your environment variables. This is kind of one of the most of the time what people will install Java developers or someone, they'll not know. It will say Java is not identified, something will say. So that time you have to come here and add in the environment variables.
Okay.
Otherwise you have to use always the absolute path, which is not visible every time in the source code and all.
Source code.
Right. That is one thing. And similarly, so what is the next we will talk about? Right, one is Java. Prerequisites is Java and JDK, Java Development Kit. There is one more JRE also, Java Runtime Environment. Okay. Don't install this because it will always use the JDK Development Kit. So though we are using Maven compiler or so if you see yesterday, okay, I will explain while executing that command compiler how it will use. Okay. The next one is Maven. How to install Maven? Just Google it again. Maven, can say download for Windows or so the default Maven Apache. If you remember, Maven and Ant both are from Apache. So go to that official website under the downloads. Okay. You will find so many. So what is this GZ file tab? This is mainly used in the Linux servers. Okay. But for Windows, zip file. Zip. Right. So you need to download this one. Just download this. I think I have downloaded it, so I don't want to download it. Just this version is the latest version. It will be available here. So you take that latest version, no issues. Apache Maven 3.8.6 bin.zip. Once you download this, you need to, this is a zip file, right? How will you untar it, unzip it? It's a normal, any unzip command you can use. So I think I will do the drive. Oops. Maven. Okay, it must be in my downloads. So once you download it, just right click on that. Yeah, Apache Maven here. So this is the zip file actually. If you right click and extract, okay, extract all and specify the location wherever you want. So I have selected some D colon or whatever it is. So once you extract this, Then again, same thing we need to repeat. So what we have done just for Java, so you need to set the environment variable. Assume that you have Maven in d:/DevOps/Maven. This is my home directory.
Home directory.
So there are two options. How can we set it? If you remember, we have created environment variable, right?
Yes.
Here, add a new variable name like m2 is for Maven underscore home.
Okay.
Okay, and specify this value wherever you have extracted. Example, this one.
Okay.
Okay, and create it. I'll create just one because already I have. So it will just add here.
Yes.
If you want to modify, just click on this and modify that.
Modify.
I don't want this. I'll delete it. So there is another way how we can set these environment variables using this here. Say here I'll take. So we created first Java underscore home, correct?
Yeah.
For this, the home directory is somewhere c:/Java, right? So there is another variable path, if you remember, in the environment variable.
Yeah.
So how can we specify the path? C: followed by Java/JDK/bin, right?
Yes.
But actually, if you see, we have already a Java home here, which is set. I don't need to specify here. So instead of that, what I can do, percentage Java underscore home and that, like how we did it for the path, percentage path, right? Still
Yes.
here it is same,
Okay.
right? Yeah, my Java home remains same /bin, correct?
Yes.
Even if you give this example, if you say font is okay, or
Yeah, increase it for the better option.
better now?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. If you see same thing like echo of percentage Java underscore home. This is my Java home. This is my Java home.
Java home. Yes.
But I want to add into the path. So for that, I don't need to specify again this location. C Java JDK. I can specify like this also. Java's home/bin.
Bin. Okay.
This we can add directly into the path.
Path. Yeah.
Right. Now we are going to add into Maven. What is the m2 underscore home? This is what we have defined. So this will be like, this is my value. Example. Right.
Yeah.
And again, I need to add the same thing for the path variable as well.
Yes.
So path equal to, I can use percentage m2 underscore home
Percentage.
Right? Percentage, whatever it is, that much is, I mean, same here also bin will come for every software. The bin means binaries basically. The binaries are executable ones, right? That's what we call. So Java C or whatever, all executables will be there in the binary folder. So that's why in the path we will specify. Now we have already Java home/bin, right? How can I add it? Will it work in this way? It will not. You need to separate with semicolon.
Semicolon. Okay.
But if you give like this, sometimes there is a possibility of, assume that instead of this slash, you have given this slash here.
Yeah.
Instead of backslash, forward slash. Okay.
Yes.
What happens? It might fail. Okay. So to avoid that, for every value in between, you add the path.
Path. Okay.
This will avoid the errors which will come due to the syntax error of the other value, other
Okay.
path variable, this one
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
Okay, still it will continue with the actual value. So this
Okay.
is how we can set it.
Mm.
See here, I have already done that. Here, M2 is my home directory
Home directory.
where I have DEVOPS Maven, Apache Maven. This is my extracted directory, what we have just downloaded, 3.8.6 or whatever it is.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing I would have added in the path.
Path.
Where is my path? Here. Here, if you see, this is my Maven path.
Yeah.
DEVOPS Maven /bin. If you see here, /bin is there.
Yes.
What is the difference between home directory and this one? Home directory will have till this one only. In the path, we need to include /bin as well.
Bin as well.
So this is how we will modify in the environment variables.
Okay.
Okay. If you remember yesterday,
Mm.
this entire Maven is depends on two things. The lifecycle manager will download the plugins, right?
Yeah.
Plugins from the remote repository, and it will keep it in the local repository. So, okay, I think I'm not sure. So where it will be, if you go to, where is it? C:, users. These are the users. I have one public ID and this one. That is what we saw in the environment variables. So here, can you find out? Where is that? M2 directory? Can you see somewhere? Yeah, I think it's here in the top one.
M2. Dot
Here.
M.
Yeah. This is what we gave in the environment variables. M2 underscore home. Okay. This is the location where your local repository will be created under M2. I mean, whichever is related to Maven I'm talking about. Okay. The repository will come here. You can see here. Within the repository, so ultimately, this is the location where your what do you say? Can you see org somewhere? Org, yeah, org. Here, Maven, Apache. These are the few plugins. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the location M2. Under your user profile, there will be M2 folder. Under that repository, there will be org, Apache, Maven, and plugins. This is where it will check for the plugins. If it is not available, the lifecycle manager will understand that, okay, I'm not finding it locally in local repository, so I have to download it from the remote repository.
Okay.
And assume that the plugin is available, but dependencies are not there. So it will read the plugins from here or dependencies from here, and it will download the other dependencies from the remote repository, vice versa.
Okay.
Clear? You can have the, this is the clean plugin. You can see here, clean plugin. Next, what we saw there, this is the jar plugin, which is for package. Then you can find compiler plugin also somewhere.
It is
here, compiler plugin. Then which is other lifecycle. So site lifecycle. So you will find here. First time it will download everything from the repository, remote repository. Okay. Second time onwards, it will just use the local repository and compile it. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the base? If you remember, for all these things, the architecture, if you remember, The base for all these things is your form.xml.
Form.xml, yes.
That is the source input file, basically, you can say, which is a build file.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's clear this. Go to D colon. So where am I? If you see, mvn is the command hyphen version. See, I'm getting my Apache version 3.8.6.
Yes.
Right, and my home directory is D colon DevOps or whatever it is.
Okay.
And which is the Java version 1.8. Why
Yeah.
Java version is showing for Maven? So how it works is, even though you are using mvn slash so and so for Java code, the compiler, which is the compiler? Java compiler.
Java.
So the actual compiler is the Java only. That is the reason we have installed as a prerequisites, right? Java is one of the prerequisites. So whenever you are using Maven compiler, it's a wrapper, actually, you can say. So, but backend compilation will happen through the JDK, Java compiler.
Java. Okay.
Right? So that is the reason it is linked. I'll try to compile D colon DevOps Maven. I have any project, we'll see that. Just take this Java Hello World program. Okay. So what is the command to compile?
Java C.
Java C. Okay. Before that, I'll hold this like this. See what happens here, the right side.
Okay.
I have already target folder, right? So before doing that, if you remember, it is always good practice to do something. I said clean. So we'll do first mvn clean, right? I executed here. Your target folder is deleted automatically.
Yes.
In this, earlier there was a target folder, right?
Target.
So what exactly the clean has done? Building something. You can see here. This is the plugin 2.5 here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the goal which has executed. But as per our life cycle, goal sequence, there is something which has to be executed before clean, right?
Before clean.
Okay, we'll come to that point. Wait now. So we have done the clean now. Just clear it off. Now mvn compile.
Compile.
I'll do this.
N is missing.
Yeah. mvn compile. Let's see. So your target should get created automatically in my right side window. Is it created?
Not it.
No, it is created.
Yeah, now it is showing.
Right. So what happened when you execute compiler? If you remember yesterday, compile is second goal or third goal? Second goal, right?
Yeah.
So if you what is the preferred? Yes, resource. First, it has executed the resource goal here.
Resource. Yes.
If you see, this is my resource goal which is executed here. First one.
Yes.
Right. After that, it has come to the default compile here.
Yeah.
And what is the version, plugin version I'm using? Maven -compiler -plugin 3.1 is my version. This is what I was talking about. Sometimes you may have to change this to lower version or higher version based on the requirement. Okay. But tell me, if you remember yesterday, there is a pre-clean, then clean, then post-clean.
Pre-clean, clean, and post-clean. Yes.
When we then in the build life cycle, we had resource is the first one, then compile, and test, something will be there.
Yeah.
When I executed this Maven compile here, I got both resources as well as my compile.
Compile.
But when
Yeah.
I executed the Maven clean, it is
Clean.
not doing it. It is straight away executing clean. There was no
Clean.
pre-clean.
Yes, yes.
So that's what I was talking about yesterday. The pre-clean and post-clean are used system level, which is not for a user level.
User level. Yeah.
So that's why we will not see those things. Even if execute backend, it might have executed, which will not be shown
Display.
here because it is system level.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. Now I understood it better.
This is how we can execute. Now let's say, now I have done the clean as a separate goal. I mean, and compile is another goal.
Yeah.
So can we do it, run it together, like MVN, clean, and compile. Can we do this? Clean belongs to which life cycle?
That is separate. Clean is
Another life
separate
cycle. Yeah, clean
another.
is part of clean life cycle, but
Yeah.
compile is part of
Build.
build life cycle. Can we do it together? Run it together?
Yeah, we can.
Let's see. Where is my folder? Both are done. If you see now,
Still
first,
it is showing.
because we
That's
executed both,
okay.
right?
Both, yeah.
So what we have done, we have executed this.
Clean and compile.
Maven clean, compile. What is the first step in a sequence? It should happen.
It
should delete.
clean.
It should clean everything. That is
Yes.
what happened. Then it should collect the resources. Whatever is required for this as per the pom.xml.
Yeah.
Then it has compiled.
Yeah.
Then testing.
Will is
Then where is my compiling source? Can you see here? Compiling two source files to this location. So it is saying I am compiling and creating my class files.
Files. Yeah.
We have not specified anything here, right? If you remember.
Yes, sir.
I just installed it. How it is understanding?
Variables. Through variables.
Variables is one thing. And yesterday we talked about one of the differences, conventional and non-conventional.
Yeah.
So this is what actually. So it is predefined structure is there. By default, the lifecycle manager will look for this location.
Yes.
You got it?
Yeah.
So let's say you, this is simple, like a Java file will be there. There are two Java files. That's why it was saying two source files are compiling, right? One is hello world, another one is something later. Let's say you can modify this. Something modify here. Hello world Maven. Let's say I will add from NDR. Okay. I'll save it. Now if I want to recompile, this is what happens. Developers will modify these things, source code, and they will
recompile.
Yeah, recompile. Just recompile. So I'm executing this. Where is my? You can see here. Where is that? My target is not there now. Deleted already. Now it has created.
Yes.
So this is what happens. The general website. Okay. Let's say we are talking about conventional, right?
Yes.
Let us rename this. Okay. To something else. Underscore ABC.
Okay.
I have renamed my source file, source folder itself. Will it work now if I use the Maven compile?
This is conventional, right?
Right.
No, it won't.
It should throw an error. If I use Maven compile,
Hmm. But no source to compile.
exactly,
Hmm.
it will compile because other
Yeah.
structure remains same, right? You have your pom.xml,
Hmm.
but do you have any sources?
No.
Always it will look for a folder called src only
Okay.
inside your project. That is
Oh.
required, mandatory,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It will say obviously no source to compile.
Compile.
There is nothing happen.
Yes.
Just to make sure. Where is that? I'll delete this. Target folder deleted.
Hmm.
Right? If I use that Maven compile. See, where is my target?
Hmm.
Not created, right?
Not
Because
created.
there is nothing to compile. There is no
Compile.
folder itself. So
Hmm.
src folder itself,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
So let us rename it back to
SRC.
do the compilation.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
So what is there in my target? Again, there will be two class files
Class.
under the classes,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
Hello world class, greeter class. Clear?
Yeah.
This is how the compilation and the build process will be like this.
Okay.
Let's say, if you remember, we were talking about if you want to create a new architecture, right? So there is something called, see, assume you are starting a new project.
Hmm. Okay.
So we need to start with a new architecture, right?
Yes.
So how can we create that? Now we tried all things from the existing project.
Project.
Assume now I want to create a new
Project.
yeah new project. So it is like, so we have to use, there is something called archetypes to
Types.
create the directory structure,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So there will be two kind of projects, example, right? Web project or standalone project. So based on that, your archetype will change because your folder structure is different between those two. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a command to generate this folder structure. Okay. So what is those? That command is mvn. Again, we will not create this, just learning purpose, understanding purpose, and explaining this.
Okay.
Archetype, Maven archetype, then generate, because we need to generate the folder structure here, right?
Yeah.
So there are few parameters which we need to pass based on your project type, right? Because if it is a web project, the plugins will change. If it is a standalone project, the plugins are different. So for that, we need to explicitly specify what kind of project are you creating it. Okay. So archetype generate, then we need to specify the artifact ID, we call it as. Okay. Before that, one sec. What is that? Google. Just type for archetype. Okay. Plus Maven. Introduction to archetype. It is Maven Apache on direct. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully, yeah, you can see here. This is again from the website. So these are the different types archetypes, which is provided by the Maven. What we call it as archetype artifact ID.
Okay.
This will change based on your application type. You see here, web app, right? For standalone, it is like this. A simple Maven site, standalone.
Okay.
Site simple, archetype simple. This is another actually quick. This will actually a standalone quick. This is site level again.
Okay.
So based on your type of, project type, you can select the artifact ID.
Okay.
So generate archetype artifact ID, I think. ID. Yeah. Maven archetype generate archetype artifact ID is equal to some value. Your this is the ID. Whether you want example, let's say this is your ID. Maven archetype web app. Okay. Like this.
Okay.
Then artifact ID you need to specify. Yeah, even I forgot. Let me. Yeah, this is one thing. Next, artifact ID. Why this artifact ID? This is what we specified is archetype artifact ID, which we saw here. There are few based on your web application or whatever it is.
Okay.
This artifact ID is your project name. So the project name is which you can specify, right?
Yes.
Project -name. Then the group ID. What is group ID? Is your domain name.
Okay.
Domain name. Okay. This is the syntax to create your new project. Okay. Let's go with some command. Actually, these are all will be dynamic, so you need to add D for this.
D.
Yeah, one second. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I should have that command somewhere. Yeah. Okay. This is what. Yeah. So if it is a local application or web app application, so Maven is the command. Archetype generate -d is nothing but dynamic values.
Okay.
The group ID, the sequence really doesn't matter. We have given group ID here.
Okay.
Group ID is equal to com.ndr portal something you can give.
Okay.
Or portal something. Just remove app or web. Web something. Then the artifact ID is NDR DeVops or NDR Dev batch 3 example. Just I'm changing it. Okay. Then the artifact ID is web and the interactive mode is false. There's nothing. Interactive mode is, I think, whether you want to click yes. If you remember Linux, we used to say, right, if you say RM - RF, interactive mode means click yes. Otherwise, so that is the thing. So let us execute this command. This you understand, right? This is the default structure. So where am I? Hello world. Go back. So I'll go to mkdir of batch 3, cd to batch 3. Right now, I don't have anything here. Empty. Where are my DevOps project? My batch 3. Nothing is here, right?
Yes.
Let us create here. Get scanning for projects. Nothing is there. So it is reading the projects, plugins which are required. Archetype plugin. build is successful. If you see here, it has created already NDR batch 3.
batch
This is
3.
what we gave, right?
Yes.
If you see, where is my notation? This is what the location where it is generating.
Path.
And what is my package value? Com dot. This is what we gave, if you remember,
Yes.
right? That web URL, right? And what is the artifact ID value? NDR batch 3.
Batch 3.
So remaining, it will take the default values, whatever it is, and build is successful. Once this is done, you have your project.
Yeah.
Where is it? And batch 3. If you see NDR batch 3, the source is fixed. Default pom.xml is created.
Yes.
Within that, you have resource and web apps.
Web apps.
This is the predefined structure, basically. That's what we generate.
Okay.
So what is the default pom.xml? There will be nothing, just versions will be there. The whatever the values we gave, the group ID, and this you, I don't know whether you can see it. No,
yeah.
Right. If you see here, where is it? My notation. Here, this is what the group. This you see here. There is something called var. What is this var?
Var file, jar files. No idea.
This is the packaging structure. If it is a web application, the package will be var file. Let's say Tomcat. I have heard about Tomcat. This is one of the web application deployment or the development tool, Apache. That is again from the Apache.
Okay.
So if you copy the var file and restart the Tomcat, it will deploy all the content which is there in the var file. Basically, there are jar, var, tar, like this. Var is for web apps. Jar is for local. EAR. EAR.
EAR. Okay.
Yes, right. So this is for enterprise applications.
Enterprise. Okay.
Packages. So one is, if it is web application, then the package is .var file.
Local.
If it is local,
jar.
it is .jar.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to, like, there is one more enterprise.
EAR.
Yes. .EAR. These are the different package types. Okay. Based on this, it will generate. Let's take an example of local one, right?
Yeah.
So Maven, the same thing. The group ID is NDR ID, something you give, right? You can give the, then NDR DeVops 3 I'll give. For the remaining things, I'm not changing anything. The other thing is the archetype artifact ID is, if you remember, earlier one was web app.
Yeah.
Now it is quick start.
Quick start.
Just execute from batch 3. I have this one project. I'll execute some same location.
Okay.
Should create one more folder. That's all. It is generating the project. Build is successful. See, this is what we gave. Earlier one was some portal, some web we gave, right?
Yes.
but this time it is portal app
The
something.
lab.
The project name is DevOps 3
DevOps
we
3.
gave, right? This is the snapshot and all is the default one. Leave it for now. So this is how you will generate. If you see the folder structure here, where am I? NDR batch 3 or DevOps 3, which one we created as a local? I think
DevOps 3. No, sorry, batch 3.
no, I think batch 3 is because 46 and 51. This is the latest.
DevOps 3. Okay.
If you see,
Main and
test is created here along with the main. Whereas if you see batch 3, I don't have the test folder.
Yes.
So this is what the plugins will change, the folder structure will change based on your project requirement. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So now if you go and see the DevOps 3, which is a local application which we created, we have main, Java, COM, NDR IT, portal app, something, some application. This is one of the Java files. So here people can, developers can add their other source files wherever it is applicable.
Okay.
Test again, there will be some test cases. This is what we were talking about here. If you see, compile is no, unit test. There should be some test cases, right? So this will create few test cases. So again, written in Java. Test suits. So we can modify, we can add based on our actual project content and requirements here. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas if you see the pom.xml, this is again, the value of that, whatever we give the group ID. This is the project ID. But if you see here, there is jar.
Yes.
If you see the previous pom.xml,
it is where.
It is where.
Yeah.
Because it is a local application, standalone application, the packaging type is
web.
jar file.
Jar file. Yeah.
If it is a web application, the packaging type will be
where
file. Clear?
Yes.
Now you understand the flow?
Yeah, I understood.
If you see one of the okay, let us say batch 3 CD to some, what do you have? Batch 3 NDR batch 3, right? So what is the command to Maven? COMPIL compile. What happened?
2 double M you wrote in the compile.
Oh, okay. You can see here unknown. Complete.
No sources to compile. Then
if you see unknown lifecycle first name, because CMMMPIL is not part of our lifecycle, right? Maven lifecycle.
Yeah,
that is what it is throwing. Similar kind of errors. So by reading this, we'll come to know easily.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So what actually I want to show is thought of deleting some plugins.
No sources to compile.
Right. CD2. What do I have? DIR. Projects. Right. MVN COMPIL compile. So compiling 2 sources, everything is done. So there is a compiler version, Maven compiler plugin 3.1, right?
Oh, yes.
This is the compiler version. So if you remember, we have some compiler location. Where was it? C:,
Hmm.
the user profile, M2, repository, Arc, set, Apache, Maven, plugins. It's the compiler plugin. Compiler. If you see here, 3.1 and 3.8.1.
Yes.
There are already two versions.
Yes.
There is here. But Maven has taken by 3.1.
3.1. Yeah.
Let's say, based on our requirement, I want to compile with 3.8.1 plugin. How can I do that? So from where it is reading actually? Where is my lead drive? DevOps, Maven, projects. If you see here, there will be plugins somewhere here. We can specify what plugin you need to use and how to modify that. Not here. Or maybe take some other simple example. There will be build section. Okay. Here we can modify this form.xml. Okay. And we can specify whether you want 3.8 or 3.8.1. Whichever plugin you want.
Okay.
Just giving an example of plugin. So anything related to, I mean, if required any changes for the version compatibility,
Okay.
or due to the compatibility issues, if you want to change the versions, we can modify by editing the form.xml.
Yeah.
Here we can write. So we'll talk about this tomorrow's session and packaging, how to package. Okay. How to modify the form.xml. Few things, and how to create the different types of executables, what we talked about today.
Okay.
So probably tomorrow we'll finish the Maven, what are the remaining things. I mean, just to understanding purpose and what is our role when it comes to the Maven.
Okay.
Mostly nothing much. I mean, interview point of also there will be not much. They might ask just, are you aware of any build tools? Because the Maven will be one of the build tool in our resumes.
Okay.
So if they ask up to what level you have used, they might ask simple tricky questions like that. Are you maintaining? Are you the owner of Maven files?
Okay.
So these kind of questions they might ask. Of course, we are the owners for everything because we are the admins. I mean, just to answer saying, but the maintenance wise, developer will take care of modifying what versions they need to use, and all the form.xml changes will be done by the development team, and they will notify us. We will rebuild the recompile and repackage all those things, whatever it is, will be done by us DevOps engineer. Okay. So that's what you can say if they ask any question
in interview. Okay.
As a DevOps engineer, we are not working. I'm aware of this, the process, how it works, how the Maven lifecycle, and what are the different types of goals. Maybe you can just say whatever you know about the Maven. Okay. But we are not the maintainers of the form.xml. Okay. That's what you can say. That's all. They will not go in detail actually. Okay. Whereas if you take the build.xml, so there is something here what we call plugins. There we need to write everything, which is called targets there. Okay. In the actually build.xml, it is called targets. We need to write all the targets based on your requirement. Okay. That is not required here. See, we have not done anything, but our compilation happened, everything happened, right? Yes. So that is the difference, major difference.
Okay.
Okay, any doubts in this?
No, sir. It is like clearly I understood because yesterday it was theoretical, today it was practical.
Right.
Yeah. So I understood it.
Okay, good. Then we'll end up the session.
I need to download Maven, right?
Yeah. So you go to the Maven website and
Yes.
under the downloads, just type Maven download and download this binary.zip. Just extract it and set the environment variables.
Okay.
Similar way like how we have done it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can share one. Where is it? Environment variables. Go to my computer properties, environment variables. Add here m2 underscore home and wherever you extract until this folder. You can make a note of this. Apache Maven 3.8.6 bin, then Apache Maven. Before the bin directory.
Yes.
If you see, where is my Maven? : DevOps Maven. This is my Maven extracted directory.
Yeah.
So where is my bin? Bin is here. Till here you give the under home m2 underscore home. Then under the path you specify bin also. That's all, like whatever you specify here.
Okay.
Like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.